I'm a Max Planck group leader at CSER, and in 2019 I started my group Neural Information Flow. We work on the tiny roundworm C. elegans. It's a small millimeter-sized creature, and it's really interesting because it basically has to deal with a lot of sensory information from the environment, and we're trying to figure out how this little creature distinguishes important from unimportant information. So if you think about a human brain, there are about 100 billion neurons, but the worm that we're studying has only 300. However, it can do a lot of interesting behaviors with this small number of neurons. So for example, the worm is really good at seeking out food following its nose, like a dog. And so we're trying to figure out how that works with this really limited set of computational information. So this is an interesting question, because if you ask a physicist why they study galaxies, you wouldn't ask that question. A galaxy is fascinating to us. It's an interesting problem, even though it has no relevance for the average human or human lifespan. We study the worm, and my first answer is because we can. Because it has many experimental advantages. It is an interesting creature. It has so few neurons, but it can do these complex things. And to me, that is reason enough. However, there have been many experimental discoveries in the worm. For example, in aging research, a lot of the fundamental breakthroughs about how cells age have been in C. elegans. A scientist has to do three things. You have to be willing to learn, you have to be able to put in the work, and you have to question yourself always. And those things can be taught and they can be learned, and I think anybody can do that. So let's get away from this myth of genius and brilliance and have every kid be able to participate in science. We just started at CSER, and so I'm really happy to say that we've set up the lab, and now a lot of things are running. We're starting a lot of interesting projects. I have a very dynamic group of young people that are excited to do research with me, and so we're hoping that in the next year a lot of the projects centering on information flow in the brain of C. elegans will take off.